Jochebed was a woman, she was a slave. Her lot in life was humble and her burden was heavy. And realizing that one time her son Moses would leave her care to the guardianship of those who never knew her God, we see that Jochebed did not just sit back, but she linked the soul of Moses to God. Daily she prayed for Moses earnestly. This is something I learned as a mother, or maybe you can also learn, or I want to share with you. You see, sometimes we send our children to schools, we send them to parents or other relatives to guide or to nurture them. We are not always with our children. Sometimes we leave them back home to maids and nannies. But these people sometimes they do not know our teachings, or they do not understand the principles that we want to always instill in our children. But what do? Without our power, without our knowledge, they might learn something that is really not so important. So what Jochebed did in such a situation was to always pray for Moses, always linking the soul of Moses to God. She did this not just by sitting or doing a lot of nothing, but we see that Jochebed did what it could take. She taught Moses the love of God and the fear of God. She taught Moses to love truth and justice. These things are so important if we happen to teach them to our children, even when they go to school, even when they go to other relatives, even when they grow up and go to pursue their various careers, they'll never depart from them. The Bible tells us to teach our children or to train our children in the way that they should go. Even when they grow up, they will not depart from such or from them. So these things as mothers we need to know, that we teach our children to love God, to fear Him, and also to love truth. You find that these principles, the children will never depart from them. Even when Moses grew up and was taken to the palace to stay with Pharaoh's daughter and became the son to Pharaoh's daughter, Moses did not depart from the teachings that he had learned from the mother's family. He still loved the truth, he loved these things, and he still cherished them because they were coming from the mother's side. I realized that mothers will have the greatest influence towards our children. What a child learns from the mother's side, it is the truth. Sometimes when you teach your child everything as a mother, she or he is going to learn those things. And even when they grow up, they're going to still stick to them. Even the Bible talks about like a bright child or a wise child makes the father proud, but a silly one, there's a way he makes the mother feel, which is really not good. We see that the mother's role in the nurturing of the child is so important and is so crucial. She taught Moses to bow down in prayer and depend only on God, who alone could always be there for Moses in every emergency. Sometimes we have a challenge or we have a weakness of teaching our children to depend so much on us. But there are areas or there are moments when we are not always going to be with our children. They're going to go, maybe they're at school or wherever they be, but we are not there. So we should not always teach our children to depend on us, but to depend on God. Teach them to pray, even when things seem to be so like they're not really going the right way. Teach your child to bow down in prayer, because it is only God who can help them in any emergency. This is what Jochebed did. She taught Moses to bow down in prayer and depend on God alone, who could help him in any emergency. These are some of the principles I happen to learn. Teach your child, number one, teach your child to the fear of God, the love of truth, and the love of God. These principles are so important. Number three, honestly pray for your child, because you never know who is going to inculcate some of the wrong principles in them. But teach them always to have the good friends, to God to protect them against or from all the evil influences that are surrounding. Make sure that you teach your child to pray Those things of telling your child, hey, Minanga, when you have some problem, call me, I'm here. I had that weakness. My dad was my everything. Every time I get something that annoys me or that hurt me, he was always the first person to tell. But I realized it is not the best thing. It is not bad to tell your parents or for our children to share with us. But let them make God their friend. Like daily to depend on God and to know that God alone can help them in any emergency. Yes, another thing was that I realized that in our hands, we have the future of our children. We are either training them for good or for evil. Whatever you do, be careful as a mother to see that you only impart the positive, the good influences around your children. Never do things that you wouldn't really wish to see in your child when they grow up. So always do the things that are good for your children. And what they see, it is what they will learn. They learn so much when they watch in the surroundings. One person once said that don't teach your child what to do, but do what you would wish your child to learn. They learn so much by observation. They observe and they learn. So we need to be very careful. Another thing is we need to strive to make sure that we impart the divine image on the mind of the young ones. When they are growing up, let them only have that there is a divine living, which is God, who is God, that needs to be worshipped, that loves us and cares for us. Sometimes we teach our children only, my mother, my father, my son, but it is very important to teach our children to depend so much on God, that there is God. That is so important. That even when they are doing or they're trying to stray away in the wrong direction, the mind will have to go back and remember the teachings, or that there is a God who is watching them. Those are some of the things that I happen to learn. Maybe if you've ever read about the story of Jochebed, you can help me also find some of the lessons. What did you learn from her story? Or what are some of the tips as a mother you are able, or as a father you are able to learn from the story of Jochebed as you read it? Let me know in the comment section and we have a conversation or we learn together. So for now, see you in the next video.